going on with y'all, man? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Man, I'm a little late to the party. What's going on, though, man? You already know. It's your boy Tone and Sports. On the check-in. Cavs versus Celtics. Epic game. Epic game. Some might even say it felt like the playoffs, but look, all I know is we got the win. That's what I do know. We beat the Celtics 118 to 114. Took overtime, of course. Um, epic game, epic game, right? Um, Donnie Bravo, the Don, the man, the legend, the myth, whatever you want to call it, the best player on the floor every single night. Yes, the best shooting guard in the NBA. I said it. Y'all know. Y'all already know, man. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know. Y'all heard that, right? I'm talking about Spider Man, man. Spider Mitchell. If y'all ever hear that Spider Man intro, man, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. I'm talking about Spider Mitchell, man. Y'all know when y'all hear that, Spider Mitchell must have done something right, or he must have done something spectacular, you know. It's always a good day when the Cavs win and all the fans are somewhat happy. Cause Cavs fans ain't never too happy, but when we win, everybody could get along, right? So, um, yeah, man, this was another much needed win after losing the last Boston game, not too long ago before the Detroit game. Um, Now look, I'm not too crazy about the win because they were shorthanded, of course, and we had all our guys right, and it took us overtime to do it. So I'll be the guy to say like, oh yeah, I wasn't too. I shouldn't be bragging about this win or nothing like that, right? Right? I can't brag about this win, right?
Crash, great.
Come on, man. Of course, I'm gonna talk my talk, man. We won. What you talking about? We won. Listen, 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 listen. A win is a win to me, right? A win is a win, right? And I'm taking this win and I'm not looking back. I mean, we could say Boston bench is also like a starting five, right? So, like some of the players that was playing, like they had who they had. They had Jalen Brown. They had Dag White. Um, who's ain't lined up? Let me see real quick. They had Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart, Dag White. Mike Muscula, come on, man. He was over there in OKC. So, and the only guy you could say like that's not like like I guess a starter is like Blake Griffin, of course, right? That's just somebody to point out. But all I'm saying is, bro, we won, man. They have you could say that's a starting five, man. And I don't really care because if that was like I don't care, bro. We won, bro. That's all I'm saying. I don't care. We got another one. You know what I'm saying?
Another one. Another one. Another one.
We beat Boston again. We got another one, man. So what you want me to say? We have another one against Boston. Let me see. What's the comment say, man? Let me get to the comment. Stevenson is way better than Okoro. I mean, you talking about Lamar Stevens? I'm assuming, right? I'm assuming you talking about Lamar Stevens is way better than Okoro. Um, and no, he's not. I would say I would say that's not like I wouldn't want to compare the two. Isaac is still Isaac is still the developing, right? So I Lamar Stevens, I feel like they on like the same because they both young, but I feel like but Lamar's older because Lamar was he spent more years in school. So I feel like they on like the if you want to make the argument on the same level, they both could play defense, right? But Lamar Stevens is older than Isaac. Come on, man. Let me see what you talking about. But why you gonna act like Stevenson heroics didn't contribute to the comeback, bro? I did. I didn't say that. Bro? I did not. I did not say that. I did not say that he didn't do anything. I didn't look. I didn't even get there yet, man. I didn't look. I didn't say that, man. All I'm saying is, well, first of all, it was a collective win. That's one, bro. I think it was collective. I think Donovan Mitchell. You would have to put Donovan at the head of that snake, bro. Like, come on, we not gonna sit here and act like Donovan didn't just go crazy like he always do, bro. Donovan is the head of the team. He's the one that's putting the ball in the hoop in the first place. So I would have to say Donovan, Evan Mobley, and Lamar Stevens. Those the three guys that led to the comeback win. If you want to just put Donovan and Lamar Stevens, we could put that too. But I got chill, man. Lamar Stevens, I ain't get there yet, man. But I'm not saying Lamar Stevens ain't do nothing. Lamar Stevens, I'm gonna give Lamar Stevens his flowers, man. I'm just saying. Right now, I was talking about Donovan Mitchell, man. But yeah, man. Look. I'm not gonna say we was supposed to win this game, but I'm not gonna say we were supposed to win this game. But if you're looking at it as they just went what was it double overtime with the Knicks and they tie it and man, miss me with that, man. They are athletes. That's their job. I don't want to hear they tired or missing uh such and such players. Forfeit the game if we gonna complain about that, right? Like, I get it. But when we miss guys, I don't hear nobody like defending us. I don't hear nobody defending us, man. So what you want me to say? They athletes, bro. They professionals, right? So I look at Boston like, oh, Boston. This is the same Boston team I seen. What was it, 2 days ago? You know, um, but yeah, Boston 76ers, and Toronto are the biggest ops. They're the biggest ops. I don't care who they missing because nobody cares who we missing, right? Nobody brings that up. We have beaten the Celtics 3 times out of the 4. All 3 games went to overtime. Um, which means both teams got out to play these games. The Boston team is a team I would gladly not want to see in the first round, and we won't have to, but I think we can match up with these guys. With the right rotations, I think we can match up against these Celtics, man. They've been they I see some spots we could probably get them, but we beat them 3 times out of the 4 matchups, right? And the only times they beat us was what in Boston, correct? So um by the way, all 3 of them games our backcourt outscored their defensive duo. Just to point that out. But yeah, since we talking about Lamar Stevens, hold on, I wanna get to Lamar Stevens interview, bro. Since we talking about Lamar Stevens, let's uh let's get to the Lamar Stevens interview. Since he was the MVP of this game, right? He was the MVP of this game, we could say, right? So let's give Lamar his flowers. But let me see. Let me look up his interview that he had. His post game interview. I think it was with Serena, I think. Oh man. Where's it at? Yo, I just had it. Where your interview at? Okay, here it go right here. About to say. But yeah, let me play Lamar Stevens interview right after the game.
Trailed by as many as 15 in this one, a huge run to send this game into overtime. Now 7-0 in overtime. How did you guys do it?
We're some dogs, man. We don't have any quit in us, and when the going got tough, we just got a little bit tougher, and we figured out a way to get this win.
Lamar, you're a guy that prides himself on his energy. So do the fans here at Rocket Mortgage. What is it like to deliver that energy for this game in front of these fans?
Man, these fans are amazing, man, and they deserve that. Get our full effort, and I felt like we gave that tonight, and we fought until the end. We were down big, but we never quit on each other. We just kept believing, and we were able to come out with this win.
Lamar, you have one of the toughest roles in that you always have to stay ready to come in, come up with some big plays, not only on the defensive end, but hit some big time corner threes. And JB to have that trust in you in overtime, what did that mean?
I mean, just from where I came from, being undrafted and, having that trust with my coach and my teammates, man, it means the world to me. And I don't take any day or any game for granted.
On top of that, it was against Boston, a team that you guys knew you had to beat. What is the extra in this game because of that?
Man, I just think that, we're getting ready to do something big. We're ready to do something big for the city. And, that's going to take all of us, and, we're just ready.
Lamar, great game. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was Lamar Stevens after the game with us. I believe Serena. It was Serena Winters. Yeah, man, you heard what Lamar said, man. Lamar Stevens, right? Sometimes you gotta give him his flowers. Lamar Stevens said, you know, some dogs, man. Lamar Stevens had 8 points, 3 for 5, 8 rebounds in 18 minutes. 18 minutes. I don't know why JB be having these guys sideline and not giving them an opportunity. Lamar Stevens gets his like opportunity here and there, and I sometimes I guess JB looking at it as matchup wise, like what the matchup's gonna be and how's the game going. That's when he decides to adjust and make the right adjustment to who he feel like should play. But Lamar Stevens had been that voice that you don't see behind the Cavs all year long. A lot of people don't know Lamar Stevens been that voice. Um, I don't want to say he's like because he's not a guy that if you don't have him in a lineup, you look like he's not no anchor like Jared Allen is, right? I'm gonna get to Jared Allen too in a minute, but he's that role player that you can use. You know what I mean? Um, but he definitely came up big. We give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see something though. I want to see something. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, but Lamar Stevens, yeah. But listen. The Cavs, the Cavs and the Cavs, they came back. So this wasn't the prettiest win, but you can't be effort. You can't be effort and heart. Some of these guys on our team, um, they got heart. They're not the toughest or the most physical, but we got some dogs there. Like, there, there are different types of dogs, right? We got different types of dogs out here in the world. You got pits, bulldogs, Rottweilers. You got the little dogs, but we ain't no little dogs. I let y'all decide what you think we are, but we got some dogs on our team. Listen, the game is more mental than physical. This game right here showed how mentally tough when we are down that we can be. I don't enjoy playing down and trying to come back and make a comeback. I don't like playing like that. But at the same time, I look at it as we still growing. I say this all the time, the growth. I know you don't want to see this late in the season. This is the second half of the season as we approaching the playoffs, but we still growing as a team, man. We're a young team. Um, some of these guys, still learning different things, how to win together, but we still growing. Um, Recently, I forgot what season. I think it was the bubble year. Miami, I think Miami Heat used to play down. Like, it was a point in the season they was making comebacks, and they would have to come back and try to win the game, and they end up going to the finals that year, right? And no one had them really as a lock for the finals. And I'm not trying to compare the two, but I'm just saying we playing down now. Who knows what can happen in the postseason? We gearing up. This showing how like. I'm looking at it as like, yo, this showing how built we are. Like, we could come back from stuff like this. We shouldn't come back. We shouldn't be in that predicament in the first place. But this showing how, yo, the Cavs is fighters. We fight. We don't give up. You know what I mean? And that's how I look at it, right? But a win is a win. The Knicks are on our trail. So this win is we needed this win. And yeah, we really needed this win. And Jared Allen, bro. Jared Allen. I don't know what's going on, my man's. I I don't know, bro. Like, it seemed like I don't know what's going on with this guy. I said last Boston game, I don't know what's going on with him. Like, he had no energy out there. Like, I know Boston had Robert Williams last game. Okay, they also had a defensive scheme to take our bigs out the game. Okay, but this game, there are dudes not on the same level as you. This game, or smaller than you, and you playing soft as tissue, bro. Like, like someone stole your dog. You're looking like someone stole your dog. Like, Jay, we need to talk. Like, you having girl problems? Like, what's going on, big dog? Talk to me, man. Like, these Boston games been kind of iffy, bro. It's looking like the Monstars from the Space Jam then took your talent or something, man. Like, you coming up small, man. You look like this. Where you at? Look, it look like this Monstars took his talent. They just came to the game. They came to the Boston game, and it was like, you know,
Okay, go get him. Yeah, watch him. That's him, the killer. He's big. He's good. He's mine. Okay, go get him. Yeah, watch him.
the Monstars just took your talent, bro. Like, they just came out of nowhere. They seen a big dude who's great on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, a rebounding guy, a defensive guy. They see your talent and they like, yo, we need this. And they just took it from you, Jay Allen. I don't know what's going on with you. I still have faith you gonna pull it back, man. But as of right now, Jay Allen, you are not playing up to par, man. I know you're gonna bounce back, so that's why I'm not even tripping. I'm not gonna like trip on you too crazy. So for JB to sit him down and make make an adjustment, giving Lamar Stevenson rotation time, that was a big win for us. Hashtag whatever it takes. Hashtag let them know. You know. So for the people in the back that want JB job, and can we give him a little credit, like just a little credit, like this game, just give him a little credit since y'all say he don't make adjustments, right? I know JB probably, I know JB he thinking like, yo, give me some credit. Like he subbed JA and have Stevens close out this game. That was a plus for us. And I'll be honest, I did not see this going to overtime or us having a battle like this because Boston just had a double overtime. And with this game, Boston they took advantage and they took advantage. First two quarters, their bench was better than our bench, and Boston came out with more energy than us. Even though we was keeping it close, it was 68-56 at the half. Every time we try to cut the score or make like what you think will be a comeback, they somehow would hit like two big threes, and I mean that was throughout the game. Like they would hit like two big threes to try to suck the energy back out of us. Every time we try to give the game life, they would suck it out of us hitting two big threes, and it was just like, man, like I really didn't think we had it. I had enough to win this game, And on defense, there was too much space for the shooters for us, like leaving a shooter wide open or over helping someone like the same way we dominated the Pistons, we should be doing that with teams like this who are missing like key pieces. The problem was us playing on the same even field as this team. Even though we have all of our guys, we was playing on a level when we should have been playing a little better. But then again, Boston is a great team, top to bottom. They have a great roster from top to bottom. And Jalen Brown, man, he can ball, bro. Like I would love him on Cleveland. He can ball, bro. Like it's Spider and Jalen Brown. Like as the best shooting guards in the NBA, it's those two right there. It's those two right there for me. And then I guess you could put Paul George after that, or Devin Booker. But I think it's Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brown. Those are two guys that I will put at the top when it comes to the shooting guards. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's shout out to JB for making an adjustment late and bringing in Lamar Stevens. That was great, man. That's what we needed to win this game, man. That extra spark is what we needed. And yeah, y'all could go ahead, keep calling for his job, man. Keep calling for his job. JB not going nowhere. As of right now, he ain't going nowhere, man. He gonna stay. This team, the players respect JB, and that's big. He still have a voice in the locker room that matters, and they believe in JB, right? And I know JB like he's sitting there like,
real serious. So it looked like I'm gonna be around here for a while. I ain't trying to be your daddy or nothing. But if you need some advice, feel free to talk to me. Cause I seen it all and I done it all to the full. Now you may think you seeing some new shit out here, but this ain't nothing but a rerun to me. Know what I'm saying?
that was JB. That's how JB coming, man. That's how he coming, man. He gonna be around here for a while, man. Get a man some credit. He know what he doing. Just get a man some credit. Let me. I want to play the Evan Mobley post game. Evan Mobley also he had a great game. Evan Mobley is every game he's emerging as a star. He have a lot to work on still, but every game the kid is like, it could be stuff that don't show up on the box score. Like he's impressive, right? He doing a lot of things that y'all might not see off the box score. especially on defense. But Evan Mobley, he had 25 points. He recorded a double-double in this Cavs overtime win over the Celtics. Good game for him, man. And I think we undefeated too. And when it comes to this overtime, I think we undefeated. So we had to win this game. But let me play this quick Evan Mobley post game. You know what I'm saying? 1 second.
Pretty one from the start, right, Evan? But how did you guys turn things around in that fourth quarter, send this game to overtime, and ultimately get your 7th overtime win?
We just had to dig deep. It was definitely a dogfight. Lamar, he stepped up big time down the stretch. Donovan, all the guys, everyone really locked in on their assignments and stepped up, and that ended up in a win.
You mentioned Lamar. Where did you feel his impact the most tonight?
His rebounding, his toughness, his defense on Jaylen Brown. Everywhere when he was in, he was just impacting the game right away and making a lot of plays for us.
I think this is the 13th win, trailing by at least 10 points. I mean, we've talked about this for leading the league. I'm sure you guys don't want to get down by as that much. There's two sides to it. One, what does that say about you guys to come back? But two, how do you make sure that you don't get down by as much?
We have that grit. At the end of the day, we're going to fight to the end, which is a great quality to have, but we got to definitely not get down by 10 or more and later down in the stretch for later in the playoffs or in these games coming up. So we just got to fix some things early on and play a complete game.
We talk about this crowd all the time. Where did you feel their energy start to pick up alongside what you guys are doing on the court?
The whole second half, the crowd was great. That really fueled us and got our energy in it. And all the way up until the last second, they were all involved.
What do you think of Donovan's dunk out there?
That was crazy. I couldn't even really take it all in the moment because I had to get back on defense, but that was crazy.
I don't know, to kind of follow up on that play, what does it do when you kind of have to move on quickly from such a spectacular play like that? How does it, fire you guys up in a moment like you were in?
I feel like it fires everyone up. Donovan had that big dunk. Mara had big plays. That just fires everyone up, gets us hype, fires the crowd up, gives us the energy and the momentum to keep going.
You had those couple of blocks in the fourth quarter that then Darius went down and hit the threes on the other end. How exciting is that for you to kind of be a part of plays like that?
It's super exciting. Making big plays like that is always fun and gets your adrenaline up and gets you going.
Lamar really give you guys a shot in the arm in that fourth quarter. Extra possessions off those offensive rebounds. I know he had the three and the runner there, but just what's it say about a veteran like that can just come off the bench cold and really light a fire under?
He was locked in the whole game. Even if he wasn't in the game, his number was called and he stepped up. So, that's a great quality to have.
What is it about this team that when somebody gets going, you guys don't want to let each other down? And because Jamie was talking about how with what Lamar was doing, you guys just didn't want to let that effort go to waste. So what is it about you guys the way you guys do that?
I feel like we're at our best when we play as a team and when guys are rolling. I feel like we really try to continue that and step our own games up and really just rally back, and that's what we did.
What was the conversation at halftime? Because Jamie talked about how the first half was not who you guys are. We saw that again over the weekend. So what was that conversation tonight to bounce back in the second half?
Just coming out and competing, playing tougher, holding our own on defense and stuff like that. Those were the main messages. And second half, that was really our main focuses going in. And third quarter, I feel like we did a good job. And then fourth quarter started really rolling, and we just continued that.
Is there anything Donovan can do to surprise you? He's playing with a banged up left hand that still drops 40 and has a bunch of rebounds.
He's great. Left hand or not, you see, he gonna get to his spots and get his points.
What was your thought when Grant went to the line for those 2 free throws? It's kind of unusual. What was the conversation like? It looked like there was kind of some back and forth.
We was just trying to get in his head, mess him up a little bit, and I feel like we did that a little bit. So missed both of them, and that got us to overtime, and we took care of business from there.
Yeah, like I said, we play our best basketball playing as a team when our four guys are usually going. But Evan Mobley played 40 minutes, 17 rebounds, 25 points, 10 for 14 from the field. His seventh career. Oh man, that's crazy. Evan Mobley continued to put up the stats. Um, and Mobley is emerging as an all around better player than Jared Allen. Um, I can see the argument. You want to say Evan Mobley is a better because we looking at Evan Mobley and Jared Allen can guard. He can guard the. He's good as switching like the he good off the pick and roll defense, right? He have great recovery. Jared Allen, I'm talking about. Evan Mobley, like we talking all around. He can guard 1 through 5. He does guard 1 through 5. You see him playing. You see him on the perimeter. You see him guarding the guards and stuff like that. As the big four goes, he might just be our third best player. I think we could say that now. Him behind Garland, so it's like Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and then it's Jared Allen. Evan Mobley just do everything. He's a great defender, one-on-one defender. Like he just he just getting better every single game, and he's just confident. And Evan Mobley don't keep on shooting the ball, bro. Like that's what we want to see, man. Keep on shooting that. Every shot not gonna go in, right? But keep on shooting it, bro. I don't mind it. Just don't shoot it at the wrong time. But if you open, you gotta take the shot. Um, but yeah, Evan Mobley, he had a double double. So again, him and Don and Lamar Stevens, those guys, they brung it. They brung it, and those are guys that had a spark for this team. With there's one more post game. There's one more post game. With Lamar and Donovan Mitchell, they touch on some stuff, right? So it's one more post game. That'll be the last post game, I think. Yeah, that'll be the last post game. Play that real quick.
Donovan, what did you see from Lamar tonight, especially just on both ends of the floor, the rebounds, the three, or just the way that he helped blow you guys?
I just won us the game. I think ever since I've gotten here, he's, like when he talks, it's one of those things where it's like, all right, like we're not doing something right. When he speaks up, and he went out there, not only spoke in the huddles, but then came out and did it on both ends of the floor. And I got a lot of respect for that. Got a lot of respect for it. It's you don't know when opportunities come in which game, and always staying ready. Like I always said, him and Isaac are the first two in the gym every day, continuously getting shots up, which you saw in the corner, continuously doing the things that you're seeing on the floor. And it's great to see that hard work come to fruition, come in these situations, because we're going to need them. We're going to need them, and, figuring things out. And there's still growth, still learning things, and, to figure it out in this way and continue to do what he's been doing, man, especially in that moment of the game, was huge.
And for you, I know you're obviously dealing with the finger, but where do you find the way to just will you guys to a win? Do you like a mental switch for you?
Well, it's just I work work so hard, what I mean, for these moments and these opportunities. And, I didn't really make a shot in the second half, but, just trying to find ways to, make winning plays defensively, offensively, and however that is, just kind of finding ways to win the game. Doesn't really matter how you go about it, just win the game at the end of the day. We couldn't really afford to lose this one. I don't know what the standings are exactly, but I know we're like a game or two games, whatever it may be. So this was important. This was huge, and, they were up the whole game, getting whatever they wanted. We just kind of, as a group, we needed that spark, and Mar came in and gave us one, and I just wanted to find ways to do it myself as well, and, led to a win.
Tom with AP. Lamar, you completely changed the game when you came in. Was that your mindset when you walked on the floor?
Yeah. I mean, I just felt like, I could help, with the little energy boost. And just I was just trying to find a way to impact the game however I could, and just take the opportunities that came in front of me.
You had 8 rebounds. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
And Donovan, if I could follow up that, the coach said before that because of what he did, he felt like you guys didn't want to let him down because of the way he was playing. Did it feel that way?
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, when Mar speaks, you listen, and that's something that, you earn. You know what I mean? I've only been here a few months, but you can tell, like, as a locker room, as a group of guys, we trust in him and his voice and his leadership. And then not only did he do it by voice, but by example. When he's out there competing, fighting, screaming, getting buckets, and also getting stops, you got to be out there and doing the same thing. You don't want to let Mar down. And, that's what he provides for us. He's always been that way. And it's great to see, like I said, just a lot of his hard work starting to come out and starting for everybody to see. I think last year he, played really well, from just looking from the outside. And now to see him really playing well in these high pressure games, high intensity games, and meaningful games, it's impressive.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Donovan, did Grant tell you he was going to make both?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Nah, we have a PA call on Thursday. I think it is a Friday. So I was just like, let's just miss one and talk about it and see what happens. And he gave us both, and I almost lost us the game. I didn't box out Marcus Smart, and he came in for the tip. So that's what I'm really thinking about at that moment. Missed both free throws, but I got to be able to box out in those moments and not really think about, that and kind of anticipating both. But thank God he missed, and we got the win.
And then Lamar, for you've been through it. You've been in the starting lineup. You've come off the bench. You've been a DNP. And tonight you didn't play in the first three quarters. JD was talking about how you are somebody who doesn't let that affect you.
Yeah.
How do you not let that affect you?
I think just coming where I came from, being undrafted, like I don't take any moment for granted. And I always want to be ready for any opportunity that comes my way. And, from what the team asked for me and JB asked for me, it's not just to come out and, score, big numbers. It's just to impact the game and bring that physicality and defense and just do the things that I know I can control. So, I always just try to stay ready, and, every opportunity I get on the court, I just want to make the most of it and really help my team just win, because I think, that's the most important thing.
As much as we talk about your defense and the rebounds that you had tonight especially, how big for you was that corner three?
Yeah, it was definitely big, just for my guys to trust me. When he could have just took a shot and just to trust me coming in late in the game like that. And, to make it, it was a big shot, and it was just big for me, my confidence for the guys to trust me in those moments.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. Lamar, when you collect so many offensive rebounds, is that something that, aside from showing up in the stat sheet, you can feel affect the opponent?
Oh, for sure. Because, that's just a demoralizing thing, and being on the other side of it, it's just, it just hurts the team. So, I just try to go out and just impact the game however I can. And I saw my opportunities and was able to do that. And I definitely felt like, it hurt a little bit for them.
What changed defensively after halftime?
We turn our intensity up, make their looks tougher. And at the end of the day, they played a double overtime game, so a lot of the looks they were getting, starting to miss a little bit, but we just made it tougher, turned our energy up as a whole. And, the biggest thing for us, we got to look into this game is we shouldn't wait for a whole half to do that. We got to come out and, be ready from the jump, especially against a team like this. They've lost 3 out of 4, not including tonight, and understand that they want to continue to get back to where they were. And especially, without their guys, Jason, Al, and Robert, the guys who haven't been playing much get opportunity, and those guys can go. So for us, just kind of holding guys down and continue to make the rotations and making it tougher.
Actually, Bickerstaff, Donovan, that dunk you had in overtime, and it was kind of a galvanizing moment. Evan said it's kind of hard to regroup when you make a play like that. So I guess when you see that, you get the ball and you're going, what's going through your mind on that play, and what did you see ultimately?
Well, I didn't want to use my left, so just got to figure out a way. You got to just go up strong. That's the biggest thing. Is just trying to find ways to just finish strong. Like I said, I wasn't really making a lot of shots, in the second half. I was even clean ones I just was missing. So just trying to find a way to just will myself into the game and into those positions. And I was kind of shocked that I got up there and dunked it, but especially at that point in the game. But like I said, you just got to be able to finish and push through.
Lamar, I think from some quick research, this might have been your career high in offensive rebounds for you. what makes you so good at offensive rebounding, and what does it do to kind of, I guess, affect the rest of your game?
I mean, I think it's just an energy and effort thing. Just choosing to go hard to the glass and, you know, fight through box outs to go get them. And, you know, I felt like in the fourth quarter, you know, we were missing some shots. So there was definitely opportunities for us to create more possessions. So that's just what I wanted to do. And, you know, I just go after it really hard. And but I think that's what just makes me good at it.
You guys have gone down in the last fourth quarter. Actually, you guys outscored Boston 16-4 in the paint. It seems like you were just determined to pound them down low. Is that a
Yeah, you know, obviously they're missing Rob, you know, who's their star shot blocker. So trying to find a way to attack, you know, and get into the paint. And a lot of it's to semi-transition, you know. Guys are falling down, just tending to push the pace, you know, continue to push it. Because, like I said, they played last night, you know, played double overtime. So just continue to push and find a way to get in the paint, you know, whether it's myself, Ev, Mar, Darius, like, you know, just continuing just to get in there. And then ultimately when they drive and they collapse, that's where you find Mar for a three. We find Darius twice. Or three times, in the corner for a three. It's just making them have to react. You know, that's what they ultimately were doing to us in the first half. So just trying to kind of find a way to continue to impose our will in that way.
both you guys? I mean, you're 7-0 in overtime. No NBA team is even close to that. How have you been so good in the extra sessions?
I think at the beginning of the year, just coach made a huge emphasis on us being the most conditioned team. And I think that's just what we are. You know, we're ready when it comes down to winning time. I think we get a little bit closer together, and we're able to, you know, pull out some big time wins by just trusting each other and knowing that we're prepared for that moment.
Don, you mentioned the conversation with Grant. In that situation, like, what are you trying to get across? Like, obviously, you kind of initiated.
No, I mean, you just mess with him mentally, just see what happens. You know, I have no doubt in my mind if Grant's in that position again tomorrow or the next day, he's going to make both free throws. But just trying to, you know, find a way. Like he's a great player. He's a good player. You know, just trying to find a way to just get in his head a little bit. You know, you've seen it on several occasions. I did it last year to Jalen Brunson in the playoffs. Saw Brown do it to, was it Gilbert? You know, way back in the, like, it happens. Guys do it. Just try to find ways to just create something out of nothing, to be honest.
You're a writer, and I'm Julie Van Donovan. You joked earlier about trying to stay away from that left hand.
Yeah.
That can't be easy, and yet you still score 40 points. You still hit double digits in assists, and really in stretches just took over a game. How is it as hard as it looks?
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where you can sit there and dwell on it. You know, obviously it's not the opportune time for this to happen. I think a lot of it, you know, I don't mean to get personal, but a lot of it for me is just the growth. I think last year I probably would have dwelled on it and probably would have been like, damn, like, you know, why now? Why is this happening? You know, thinking just like, nah, like, you know, it's part of it, you know, and finding a way to continue to push through and just find a way, you know. Does it hurt? Yeah. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, these guys need me and I need them, you know, so just continue to find a way to push and just trying to be as great as I possibly can for this group.
Yeah, man. Don is a warrior, yo. I might sound like a broken record, you know what I'm saying? But Spiders, he's just so good at basketball. It's insane. His motor is unbelievable. He never stops. He just keeps going. He wanted to win this game. He wanted to win the last game too, but he definitely wanted to win this. That dunk Spider did, yo. That dunk he did on Luke, the big man. Yeah, don't. He might as well be benched for the next game, man. This the second Boston center that been destroyed by Spider. Like that is embarrassing. I mean, and like he said, his growing shoot, I can't tell if his growing bothering him because he be He be doing some things that I'm just like, I'm not surprised at this point, but he still amazes me. So it's hard to tell that his growing is bothering him, and that's heart rate there, and that's that dog mentality. If he got to carry the Cavs on his back to a playoff series, he will. He is that type of leader for us. And he played with a sprained finger. He had a sprained finger last game. I just get so mad when Donovan Mitchell goes crazy, and then the Cavs don't show up or they show up too late. Like he doing it all. So like you can have like like you have the audacity like not to show up. Like at least pick off where he left off. Don be doing so much for the team. Um, but I still love the guys, man. But the effort from him and Lamar and Evan Mobley, the Cavs could not lose this game, bro. It just couldn't happen. Then you got the Knicks on our trail, and we on Philly trail, and Philly on what was it, Milwaukee trail, or whatever. So we have to win these games, and the Knicks are playing great. I can't even lie. I'll be sitting here lying saying, yo, the Knicks they stink. Like I'll be lying saying the Knicks not playing good basketball, winning these games. They've been winning, so it's like the Knicks is looking they're not looking scary, but they looking like they could do something in the playoffs. They could do something. Not going to Atlanta Hawk run like Atlanta did, but they look interesting. So the Cavs had to win these games because the Knicks are playing great, and they looking like our first round matchup. Um, which is I think will be a good series. Yeah, but the Knicks playing great. I don't know who I'd rather see, the Knicks or the Hawks. I don't know, man. But the Knicks is probably the Knicks because we have more talent than the Knicks. So it shouldn't even be no debate. But yeah, but shout out to Lamar. Let's talk about the junkyard dog. The junkyard dog chain. Like I said, the junkyard dog chain is for the people who don't always score the most points, but who had the best game and who gave the most effort and who hustle and grind and got dirty for the win, right? So I want to give the junkyard dog chain, right? Well, they gave the junkyard dog chain away, but I want to give the junkyard dog chain away to Grant Williams. Grant Williams wins the junkyard dog chain for the Cavaliers. I didn't even know he was gonna win it, but he is our junkyard dog for this game. He helped us. If you ask me who was the MVP of this game, I would say Grant Williams. I wouldn't say Lamar Stevens. I wouldn't say Donovan Mitchell. I would say Grant Williams. He told Donovan Mitchell that he was gonna make both free throws, and he said it so confidently. Like I thought at least he would hit like one, right? He ends up missing both free throws, giving the Cavs life. And the refs tried to help y'all win the game. They gave it to y'all, right? They gave it to y'all, man. You was crying about the free, and then you gets it and you miss the free throws. And once you miss the free throws, it's over, man. It was over at that point, bro. Y'all, the Boston lost this game, man. They were supposed to have won this game, but they lost this game. But Grant Williams get the junkyard dog chain. We had three guys, but he's one of them. Like he gets the junkyard dog chain. And we usually don't do this, but we make an exception because Grant Williams was the MVP. We usually don't give it to the opposition, right? The ops, I mean, like we don't give it to the opposite team. So Grant Williams, Lamar Stevens, and Spider. But Grant Williams free throw won us the game, so I have to, talk about him, right? But the real junkyard dog chain, of course, it goes to not Grant Williams, but it goes to Lamar Stevens and Spider and Evan Mobley. Really, the junkyard dog chain is Lamar Stevens. He won the junkyard dog chain for this game, and so it's really him. But we just gonna say all three because all three had a game that impacted us winning. And let's talk about Lamar, right? Lamar Stevens, undrafted. Could have got drafted, but he went undrafted. A little older. You can't always be effort and heart, man. And he has that, right? The extra rebounds, the effort, the energy. Um, he even displays how strong he is. Being aggressive. He's an aggressive player. He attacks the basket. And occasionally shoots the three. Mostly the corner threes is usually the butter, right? He hit or miss. And that's that play he did on it was either Luke or Muscala. It was one of them tall bigs. He just out muscled him out of the way, bro. And he started flexing his, yeah, like he not scared. He not scared of the moment. He's not the best player on the team, but he's like I said, you can't beat effort and heart, man. He got that, yo. Everybody got that voice in the locker room. Everybody should have that voice in the locker room, right? Um, not talking about coaching, the players that have that voice. For us, besides coaching, it's Lamar and Donovan Mitchell and maybe Ricky Rubio, right? Last season, Rondo was a voice also last season, but this season is Lamar Stevens, Donovan, and Rubio, and mostly Lamar Stevens is behind. He's the voice you don't always hear, but he's talking like he don't get the spotlight, but he's our voice in the locker room or halftime. He's getting in people's face, like telling them like, "Yo, you gotta be better. Like play defense." He told Donovan like, "Yo, dog, you getting your tail bust. Play defense. You need to step up. Play. He's that type of dude. He done it. He don't care who you are. He gonna tell you what you got to do and what we need in order to win the game. So Lamar Stevens is a voice in the locker room for us. Um, and JB, please increase Lamar and Danny Green minutes. Danny Green minutes, please. Um, we we don't have the wings that match up with others around the league. Like we still missing that lockdown. While Coral is still developing into who he's gonna be. But it's not like we don't have guys on this roster who don't play the wing spot, right? Lamar Stevens and Danny Green need more time. Lamar Stevens is a two-way player. If nobody, if nobody don't, if y'all don't know who Lamar Stevens, I told you who he was. He's a two-way player also. He had the same strength as a Isaac Okoro. I'm not saying he's better than Isaac. I don't want to go that far, right? Some of y'all might, you might say, yeah, he is better than Isaac, but he have the same amount of strength, about the same size. Not the best shooter, but he can out hustle you. I would probably, damn, my ears ringing right now, but I would probably label Isaac as the better shooter. But Lamar Stevens, he can out hustle you, right? And he's our spark plug. You you see the little things he does, right? He does things that might not show up on the box score. Also, he gonna out hustle you, right? And I would love to see him on the floor in the playoffs. I'm looking at our options when it comes to the bench, and I'm just like, he should be getting more minutes than other guys because he's gonna bring it. That's a guy you want to play all the time because playoffs are gonna be very physical, bro. And we already got a taste of that when we played Philadelphia and games like Boston. Like we gonna need this guy to step up, man. What's going on, Land of the Heartless? What's going on, man? Yep, they quiet today, man. That was a much needed win for us, man. I'm not I'm not going too crazy about it, but a win is a win. A win is a win. We got them up out of there, man. They had the lead and they choked it away. Like they've been choking the lead away these last couple of games they've been having. They choked it. They lost to the Knicks again. Now they losing to us. They quiet, man. I mean, we get we see them down the road, man. I got the money on us, man. I'm not scared of the Celtics. They choked it away with them free throws. They choked it away, but I mean, like I was saying though with Lamar Stevens, um, yeah, man, he needs more minutes, bro. He got to see the floor in the playoffs. Um, he had one junkyard dog back to back for us, back to back games, and it's about matchups. But if I'm the Cavs, you have Dean Wade, who's not, and I was high on Dean Wade in the beginning of the season, but you have Dean Wade and you have Jetty Osman, right? And Jetty Osman, he's our shooter, right? He's one of our shooters because we lack shooting, but he's one of our shooters. But on defense, he might get killed, right? And that's huge for us, right? So it's all about matchups. But if I'm the Cavs, Dean Wade or Jetty Osman, they got to get their minutes reduced for Lamar Stevens. He just plays hard, and that's what I want on my team. Dudes that's gonna fight and not get pushed over and give the extra effort. Um, and it just sucks though, right? You bench Kevin Love for Dean Wade, and it ain't been looking the great. It ain't been looking the greatest. It ain't been looking the greatest, and at this point, Kevin Love could have still been on his team getting minutes. And I think JB made a mistake on that one. I get it. I get why he pushed him out the rotation, but I believe he was gonna get his time to shine in the playoffs. They was gonna, depend on what we do, he was gonna see the playoffs. But I just don't get it. You get rid of Kevin Love because Dean Wade. Well, Kevin Love asked to leave, but Dean Wade takes his minutes, and at this point, Love can still be on this team. And if you're not out there shooting the ball, why are you out there? Like, what is your point of being out there, bro? If you're not out there shooting the ball, why do we have you out there? Dean Wade. Some of these guys be too passive. Like, don't like be too passive. Like, you a role player, right? So play your role. Everybody has a role on this team. It's not about, oh, you think you're gonna be doing too much. You're a role player, so play your role. What is your role, Dean Wade? Your role is to catch and shoot the ball. It's to catch and shoot, defend for our guys, and try to get the rebound. But we got you out there to space the floor out. You have to shoot the ball. That's what we got you out there for, bro. And Lamar Stevens, he's not a shooter. He's not like the best shooter, but he's confident enough to shoot the ball. I mean, sometimes he might give up a shot. He do like what Isaac Crow might do and drive it on the baseline sometimes. But nah, man, you shoot the ball, man. So I think Lamar Stevens should be getting more playing time over guys like Dean Wade. Danny Green should be getting playing time. It still makes no sense to me why we haven't seen really Danny Green play besides garbage time. We don't even know what he can really do. Like, I think JB, I don't know what JB doing with that, but we got to see Danny Green play. We have the kid Sam Merrill, like he's on a 10-day, right? And we still haven't saw him. We haven't seen him play. We saw him play in Detroit. He got like he got like 4 minutes. We still haven't seen him play, and he can shoot, bro. I did my homework on him. He can shoot. Sam Merrill can shoot, bro. I did my homework. The little sample size I saw, I knew who he was before, but I did some homework on him. He could shoot, bro, and I see why they looking at him. Um, Sam Merrill from the G League from Cannon Charge. We signed to the 10-day contract, and I believe he will if they don't sign like Diakite or any free agent from the buyout market, then Sam Merrill most likely will get that last roster spot if they don't give it to nobody else. He can shoot. He reminds me of a Kyle Korver. He moves. He can move with the ball, take a couple dribbles, shoot the ball. I seen him do all that. He can catch and shoot. He can run off the screen. He does all that, and that's what the Cavs need right now is shooting. And I don't know why he's not. We give him a look. Throw him in there. He scored 2 points. I think it was 2 points from the Detroit game. Only 4 minutes though. Scored 2 points. First bucket, the first possession, he was in the game, I think. Scored. But yeah, I gotta see guys like him. But we gotta see Lamar Stevens get more minutes. There's guys on his team that we can use that JB's not utilizing. But again, it's all dependent on the games we playing and the matchups and what he because JB goes along. He goes with the flow of the game. Like that's how he do it. And he see what need to be what adjustment need to be made. But we can't be playing from behind like that, man. We can't be playing for behind. Let me see. I think I got one more clip. I got one more clip. Yeah, I got one more clip, man. I got JB clip. I don't think JB. I don't think I played JB post game. Yeah, I got one more video, man. I'm gonna play JB post game. I ain't played JB post game yet. Got one more clip, man. And let me know. Let me know if you got any questions or trying to get in. Hold on.
JB, what did you see overall from your team to pull this one out, especially in overtime specifically?
A will to win, an understanding of the moment, and learning from our mistakes. That first half, that wasn't Cavalier basketball. Give the Celtics a ton of credit. Like, they wanted to go out and win, and they played that way, and they took it to another level. We were fortunate enough to find it late, but we've got to be better from the start.
See from Lamar Stevens, especially, I know he had that three, but his rebounding on both ends of the floor seemed to play a really big factor.
Yeah, I mean, when we have our conversation with guys and we, talk to them about who we need them to be and how they play to their strengths, that impacts this team in the most positive way. Lamar is a dog, and he's willing to scrap. He's willing to fight. He's not afraid of the moment. He hit the big three, then he drives down the lane, with the physical finish. And then every time we needed an extra possession, he went and got it. And, he made the right play after he got it. So I can't say enough about how proud I am of him, and how deserving he is of, a ton of credit for us winning this game tonight.
Ashley Bassett, Cleveland.com, JB, that dunk from Donovan when they pulled you guys to within one, like a play like that, what it can do to kind of galvanize the guys out there.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you belief and gives you hope. Things weren't going our way all night, and it wasn't until really in that fourth quarter, where things started to shift a little bit, and, give our guys credit because it's who they are, but like they continued to do it together. Like one guy's play energized everybody else, and that's the meaning of team.
Thinking about the way we talked about the first half on Saturday, very similar to the way we talked about the first half today. I guess number one, the frustrations with that, but number two, like where does this team, I guess, get that ability to kind of flip that switch and pull themselves out of it?
I don't know, but it drives me crazy, to be honest with you. I mean, it is. It's something we have to learn. You cannot afford, down the stretch of this thing, playing against the caliber of teams we're playing against, what our hopes and aspirations are as a team. Like you can't have halves like that and expect to always be able to come back. We just weren't tough enough in that first half, and you could tell. Obviously, they were coming off a tough loss. You read, the things that they're talking about, how they needed to get it back right. And think about the experience that those guys have in as many games that they've won. So they came out with the intent, to go and win this game. But we have to match that to start and at least play on a level field. But tonight, again, give our guys credit. They found a way to fight uphill and come out with a win.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. Maybe at times this year and certainly tonight, from afar, it feels like Donovan just has the ability to will you guys to a victory. Is that something you as coaches and the rest of the team can feel?
Yeah, I mean, when it's happening and in that moment, you feel the shift. But again, what I respect most about this group is, they continue to help in those moments. You know what I mean? Like, it's figure out, okay, he's got it going. What do we got to do to help him keep it going? And then his ability to still make the right play. It doesn't turn into about Donovan. It's about the play that needs to be made in that moment. And guys just, they go, and they go with him. And it's always about the group, and it's always together.
On Evan, he had a great night statistically, was really good defensively. What, in your eyes, made him so successful tonight?
I mean, it's who he's becoming over and over again. His aggressiveness offensively, his ability to get to his spot, the touch that he has around the rim, and even the confidence to continue to take shots when he's open. But defensively, he just has the ability to do so much. Guard different positions, but, just protect his teammates in a way that you don't see, in young guys. It typically takes them time to get there, but Evan is far advanced, in how he protects his teammates.
What made things difficult for Jared?
I'm not sure. I'll go back and take a look at the tape. But, we'll take a look at it and see.
They're a writer, and I choose with the fan, AJB. In the second half, your starting backcourt at one point had like 5 assists, and then Darius in that fourth quarter really started finding guys. Just you touch on the impact that he had. He didn't light up the box score points wise, but just the way he really facilitated.
Yeah, this game and this team is all about trust, right? And sometimes trust comes from blind trust, right? No track record of, experience in big games. Make the right play after he trusted in them. And that's what this team, is continuing to work on, is that level of trust, because typically that trust comes from those shared experiences. But we don't have, those shared experiences yet. So now we have to blindly trust one another. And I think that was a sign of it.
In every game, you can do monologues on just how special Donovan is. But, before the game, questionable, not sure what that left hand is going to give him. And he puts 40 up, basically playing with one hand tonight.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's what I appreciate the most is it's just about winning, right? It's not about, numbers. It's not about himself. You know what I mean? It's just about how do I help this team win? And he's proven that he can go out and get it done.
Jeff Chadell, News Herald. JB, Celtics were 13 of 26 on threes at halftime and 3 of 22 in the second half. So what did you guys do differently on their 3-point shots?
I thought we did a better job of actually just guarding them. That first half, we were back off of 3-point shooters, and they just raised up in front of us and knocked it down. We didn't do a good job of guarding their penetration in the first half. So now we're in scramble mode, and they're ending up with wide open shots. So I think just in the second half, we just did a better job of defending and guarding and taking individual challenges.
Chris
Manning from Dime. With Lamar, what is it about him that makes you say, hey, I can go to him at the start of the fourth, even though he hasn't played and he's coming in cold in a moment like that?
Lamar is extremely self-aware, right? And you have conversations with Lamar, and he knows exactly who he is and how he can help. He is mentally tough enough where, not playing for 3 quarters or playing, the 9 seconds before a break, like that doesn't impact what he's going out there to do. He doesn't get in his feelings. He doesn't get in his own mind. He just wants to go out and help this team. So he knows he has to play at his best. And we trust him to do that.
Where's Mike News Chronicle Telegram? JB, I guess we all want to talk about Lamar tonight, but just building off of what Chris said, you talk about toughness. It just seems like you don't win that game without his impact in creating those extra possessions later.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way we win that game without Lamar. He set and changed the tone of the physicality, the effort. Again, and I know I say this a lot, but like I love in this team that they didn't want to disappoint him. Like he was giving it his full effort, and they weren't going to let his effort go wasted. So they figured out a way, where they raised their level and out-competed and went out and won the game.
Last one, yeah.
Evan Damar, right down with JB. I know Donovan's not 100%, but how impressed were you with just how hot his motor been all night long?
It's one of those things, where, you just keep asking him during the game, like, do you need a blow? And he kept telling me, I'm good. So, I take him at his word. But certain people, have a depth that they can go to that others just can't find. And Donovan has that. He's got the ability to find gas, sometimes where there is no gas. And, again, driven to help this team win.
And what was Marcus? Was Marcus Smart just talking trash to you guys at the end of the one, in the bedlam at the end of the game?
He was just talking about it was a foul. Nothing serious.
The foul at the end of the fourth quarter when he's at the free throw line is what are you guys talking about in that situation?
Hope he misses. And then obviously we had a play drawn up. It's going to be 0.8 seconds on the clock. It was going to be extremely difficult, but I thought our guys did a really good job of making him think about it. You watched the conversations, a little bit of the shifting and pausing in places. I thought they did a really good job of just making him think a little bit more about it, and it worked out for us.
Yeah, but yeah, uh, LJB or whatever. It's post game. While the Cavs, good win for the Cavaliers. On to the next. We got Miami on Wednesday. We got go on the road for that game, and you know how he is on the road. But I believe we can. I believe we're gonna get it done, man. We just got to build off of this win, game by game. Um, I had dropped the link. But I don't even know I dropped it correctly though. But yeah, man. But next time, we gonna get into it. Let me know if anybody want to come in the stream. Let me know. But this the end of the stream, man. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Peace.